And now to growing tensions in South America, where President Donald Trump said on Tuesday that the United States conducted a strike against a boat allegedly transporting drugs from Venezuela to the United States in the southern Caribbean. Speaking at a White House press conference, the president shared a few details promising more information would follow. Later in a social media post, he said 11 people, allegedly members of the Tren de Aragua or TDA gang, were killed in what reports describe as a rare U.S. military operation in the region.
Earlier this morning, on my orders, U.S. military forces conducted a kinetic strike against positively identified Tren de Aragua narco-terrorists. The strike occurred while the terrorists were at sea in international waters, transporting illegal narcotics, heading to the United States. No U.S. forces were harmed in this strike. Please let this serve as notice to anybody even thinking about bringing drugs into the United States of America.
President Trump also shared a video on his Truth Social platform, which appears to show a long multi-engine speedboat at sea as a bright flash burst over the craft. The boat is then briefly seen engulfed in flames, and the video in black and white is not clear enough to confirm if it carried 11 people or any drugs. Now, U.S. Secretary of State Marco Rubio said the president has made it clear he will not allow the U.S. to be flooded with cocaine, fentanyl, and other drugs. The vociferous critic of Maduro, Rubio, vowed to use the full might of the United States to eradicate drug cartels.
The president was very clear, and that is we destroyed a drug boat that left Venezuela, operated by a designated narco-terrorist organization, which is what these are. And he's been clear that the days of acting with impunity and having an engine shot down or a couple drugs grabbed off a boat, those days are over. Now we are going to wage combat against drug cartels that are flooding American streets and killing Americans.
The Trump administration designated the TDA gang a terrorist organization earlier this year, with President Trump repeatedly alleging that Maduro in fact controls it. However, Venezuela's communications minister claimed on social media that the video shared by the president was created using artificial intelligence.
It seems Marco Rubio continues to lie to his president. After leading him into a dead end, he now offers him an AI video as proof. Enough of Marco Rubio's encouragement of war and attempts to wash President Donald Trump's hands of blood.
The military strike marks a potentially significant escalation in the US-Venezuela standoff. It's also the first offensive since the Trump administration deployed warships to the southern Caribbean. And reports suggest the U.S. Navy has deployed 3 guided missile destroyers and 1 guided missile cruiser, with 3 amphibious assault ships expected to enter the region this week. And Washington has also reportedly deployed a nuclear-powered fast attack submarine and has been flying spy planes in the region to gather intelligence. The strike comes just a day after Venezuela's Nicolás Maduro said he would constitutionally declare a republic in arms if the U.S. attacked. Maduro added that his country is at maximum preparedness and ready to respond to any forces deployed by Washington.
8 military ships with 1,200 missiles and a nuclear submarine are targeting Venezuela. This is an extravagant, unjustifiable, immoral, and absolutely criminal bloody threat. They have wanted to escalate what they call maximum pressure, which in this case is military. And in response to maximum military pressure, we have declared maximum preparedness for the defense of Venezuela.
Now, so far, there has been no response to the U.S. strikes from Maduro. But since the reports of U.S. deployment emerged in late August, Maduro has sent Venezuelan warships and drones to patrol the coastline and launched a drive to recruit thousands of militia members to bolster defenses. He's also accused the U.S. of using the deployment as a precursor to regime change in Venezuela. Nicaragua's President Daniel Ortega said on Tuesday that the deployment of U.S. warships to the Caribbean is not about the drug war, but an attempt to quote-unquote overthrow governments.
A small boat was hit by a couple of missiles torn apart. 11 people traveling on it were killed. And this is how they prove that those people were drug traffickers carrying drugs to the United States. Are they doing it to intimidate Latin American governments? They do it to intimidate the people and to try to overthrow governments. They have more technology than anyone else. They have more police than anyone else. But why do drugs still enter the United States? because there are major drug traffickers there who run the business, and they have bought off the authorities.
So with regional leaders voicing concerns, the Southern Caribbean remains a tense flashpoint between Washington and Caracas as the world watches what could become a defining moment in regional tensions.
Firstpost now available in 9 languages on YouTube. English,
$36 trillion.
French,
Le FMI, comme
German,
Geschäftsführenden Direktor,
Hindi,
$30 trillion kakaljo.
Indonesian,
Pemerintah tanpa pemeriksaan.
Italian,
Sekali radikali.
Japanese,
$4
Portuguese,
por causa do próprio balanço patrimonial.
Spanish.
Beautiful bill.
Go to Settings, click on Audio Track and select a language of your choice. Be the first to know what's happening around you in your first language. Firstpost.